Hello everybody, my name is Elijah. Welcome to 85 Studios. Today we are doing a little project here with the 1977 Ford Ranchero GT. Okay, so what we are doing is, I don't know how long this is going to take or how much work it's going to be involved in it. I've never done this before. You're learning right along with me on this adventure here. Troy Boy is going to be coming over around 8 o'clock in the morning to give me a ride up to AutoZone to go pick up parts. I have a U-joint for the rear of this machine and a rear main seal and a flywheel. And we are going to be, first of all, dropping the drive shaft at the U-joint in the rear, pulling it from the transmission, and we are going to be then unbolting the FMX transmission from the engine and sliding it back so that we can get to the flywheel and the rear main seal, and we can check the rear main seal, and I will most likely replace the rear main seal. I'm going to replace the U-joint, and I am going to be replacing the flywheel as well. The problem with the flywheel is I had broken the cable for the shifter on the column for the transmission, and ended up as a last resort, even though I knew I shouldn't have, I ended up, because it's an automatic and it's got a torque converter on it, I knew that it was going to be putting strain on the starter. I hoped that at the very most that it would be a starter and not a flywheel, but it turned out to actually be both that got damaged. What I did was I was shifting it in drive or park or reverse, shifting it in reverse after it was off. So basically, okay, here's how it worked. I'd get in the car, start it up in park, warm it up, and then I would end up shutting it off, shifting it into reverse, like it is here right now, like this, shifting it into reverse, and then starting it back up with my push-button switch, which bypasses the backup neutral safety switch, but it doesn't matter anyway because the lever is in park, and that's what's connected to the backup neutral safety switch. So I ended up shifting it into reverse. That would be my bug light. And then driving it backwards to about here, getting it to where I can get it in a position where I can drive it forward, getting out, shutting it off, getting it out, getting out of the car, shifting it into drive, and then starting it back up in drive, which is fine and dandy, except for the fact that it is tremendously hard, even with a torque converter, it is tremendously hard on flywheels and starters. We ended up destroying the starter, shredding the teeth on it, burning out the motor on it, which has been replaced, and we also ended up ripping the teeth, about probably 3/4 of the teeth off of the flywheel. Stupid to do, I know, hindsight's 20/20, but now we have to replace it. So this is what we're doing tonight and today. Troy Boy will be here, like I say, at 8, and we've got a friend coming over. His name is Alex, and he should be helping a little bit too. Unfortunately, I promised these guys some beers, and it's Sunday in McPherson. You can't buy beer on Sunday, so we're going to have to hop into somebody's vehicle and either go down to Lindsborg or Canton to go get some beer. I'm personally dehydrated as hell right now, so I'm probably not going to be too interested in drinking too many beers unless it gets real hot and I decide to drink a bunch of water before or afterward. And I don't have a little tripod to get up underneath this thing, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and jack the car up and put it up on the jack stands and do a little bump test on it. The bump test, if you guys don't know, is Once you get the vehicle jacked up, you give it a little bump, you know, give it a bump, and make sure that it isn't going to fall, because the last thing you want is to be up underneath a vehicle that weighs 4,100 pounds or more and be cranking on bolts and stuff and have it move on you or fall, worst case, on you and crush you. That's life and death right there, so keep that in mind. If you're ever working underneath a vehicle, make sure that you have it on jack stands. Never work on it when it's on just the jack, and always do a bump test, okay? And make sure that you have adequate jacking points and places to put your jack stands. Let me make sure here. So, let me get a little rust, but I am going to put the jack stands on the rear axle here. I'm going to jack it right here with my hydraulic jack. And I'm going to put the jack stands on the rear axle right here. It looks like our differential might be leaking. I hope not, but that's possible. I have no gas tank. I have a fuel cell up here in the bed. Okay, so we're up underneath it. Like, as you can see, there's not very much clearance, and right here is our U-joint, and it is looking a bit gnarly. Let me turn my screen here so I can see what you see. Here's our U-joint, and our U-joint is looking a little bit gnarly here. It looks like we've got 4 8mm nuts right there, and bolts, and we might be able to take it loose that way. That looks like where we're going to end up taking it loose. And yes, our differential is leaking, and this is not good. I'm hoping that there's not a seal in there that I need to replace or something like that, but I will check that out as well. Should be 4 of those bolts, these bolts here, that we take loose, and they're probably going to be pretty tight. They are just hexagon heads. They look like 8mm. I don't know why they would be 8mm, maybe 7/16. I've got a long bar ratchet, but on the other hand, that could be from the rear main seal too, because that's coming off, that's by the exhaust there too, and the whole drive shaft is covered in crud, so it's going to be nasty. It's going to be gross. It's our pumpkin. So I think it's just engine oil, guys. I hope anyway. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and jack the car up, and I'm going to shut this video off for the moment being while I do that, so as to save some time. You guys know about the bump test, and you know about the jack stands and everything I just told you. So yeah, make sure that you follow those stipulations on that, because that is absolute safety. You definitely do not want to be under something like this and have it fall on you. I can't stress that enough. That's deadly right there. That's life and death. Alright, so 77 Ford Ranchero GT. Here we come. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I have loosened up those 4 bolts that I was showing you on the end of the drive shaft, and basically all it's got in there are, they're like U-clamps. That's what they're connecting to the other side. Got my tools out here. I've got the truck up on jack stands, and I have done the bump test. I've got 4 jack stands here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it is not going anywhere. That is a good thing, because I really don't feel like being crushed today. There's not a lot more clearance back down here, but there is a little more. So it looks like this, if we can get this out, I have to get a screwdriver in there, it should just come right out. Screwdriver. Room to work under here still. I need a lift. A bigger lift. Okay, so let's get a screwdriver in here. And where am I? Right here. We'll just pull this very carefully out. It's coming, but it's slowly coming. That should, if I get both of these out, drop my drive shaft. You hear it clattering there? Oh, look at this. Look at this. I hate seeing the bark. I'll show you in just a second. Just have to tap it with a hammer on the end there. I gotta be careful because there's threads there, though. I don't know if those clamps can be sold or if it's like my gas tank bolts where you can't fucking find them anywhere. Okay, so get on the other side here. Ouch, that was a trouble light. It's gonna start getting real hot pretty soon. Okay, well check this out. This U-joint, you can probably see it when I get to cranking on it. See how loose that is right there? That sucker was about to come off. I don't think with this particular type that it would do a lot of damage here, but look right in there. See that cap is just all coming off? There is no bearing in there. It's gone. There is nothing in there. So we're going to go ahead and pull these out. Oh, you know what? I've got snap rings in here too. Up in here, these snap rings probably can come out, but I'm going to try to get this off if I can without having to remove those because my needle nose pliers are not in my toolbox where they should be. And luckily, I don't need a press to get in here and get these off. I don't think. As long as I can get past this. I need a steadier camera angle here. Let's see what we got here for an angle. Lean it over against here. You can see what I'm doing. I'm getting in the way. Well, me hopefully not getting in your way of seeing. A bit of rust, but I think the leaking rear main seal may have actually somewhat prevented it from leaking, or prevented it from, or lubricated it up anyway. Let's try to get past this exhaust so I can kind of lift up and down on this. Try to get it up and moving. There we go. Now it's coming out. There we go. That little U-clamp was a pain in my ass. Now there's one more. Let's see if we can get it. Wiggle jiggle. That's on the other side here. I'm blind to it. So are you. Let's see if I can get this screwdriver in here a little bit. I ain't worried about damaging this U-joint. It is already damaged beyond recognition. It has the bearings in it. It is totally screwed. Totally screwed. Here, I'll reach over this exhaust here. Okay. Maybe. Can't see. Maybe. It's wiggling, but I don't know. It's coming loose here. Get this out. Sorry you're blind to it, but I can see it from this side. Getting awful dirty here. But I don't mind it. Dirt's good for the soul. Right? As long as the damn thing doesn't fall on me and crush me. I won't be a... yeah, I'll just bleep that out. I won't be a effing spirit. haunt you guys. I will haunt you. Aha, there we go. Got it. I think, maybe. Yeah. There we go. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Last one. Okay. Now what can we do with this? We can slide it back and forth. It looks like we're going to have to get the snap rings out here too. So I may end up having to put it in neutral. Oh, that is so screwed. Oh my god. I cannot believe I was driving on this motherfucker. Yeah, this is fucked. This is, pardon my language, but Jesus Christ. This thing is so fucked. It's hammered. Yeah, that's not good at all. That is not good. At all. That is bad. That is a bad U-joint. Okay, what we may have to do here is I'm thinking, get this out without taking our eye out. I should have got some safety glasses. Yeah, I should have got some safety glasses here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a pair of needle nose and stick on that. You can't see what I see here because I'm just gonna leave the camera stationary for a second. Give me just a moment, okay guys? Alright, I'm back with some needle nose pliers to get this snap ring off here. You can't see the snap ring because you're facing the wrong way, and these needle nose pliers might not be big enough. They may be too small. Well, they seem to be doing something here. Nope. I may have to get the screwdriver in here too when I squeeze this. Okay, let's get the driver in here. Yep. Looks like she's coming off. Got it under it anyway. I don't know if the U-joint, the new U-joint comes with a new snap ring or not, but I kind of hope so because these are kind of hammered. Yeah, there we go. Get it out there without destroying it. No, that's going to destroy it. Okay. Need a bigger pair of needle nose pliers. I really do. There we go. And that's the snap ring I was... Yeah, that light is all wonky. Yeah, you can see it over on your left hand. Right inside your hand. That's the snap ring that I was fighting with. Now the other one's on top. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put it in neutral and rotate the drive shaft so I can actually see it. Because right now, it ain't going. So, we're going to do that right quick. I'm not going to pause it, I'm just going to turn it. I'm turning the wheel here. I should be able to bring that down. My toolbox wasn't in the way. That's it. That's the other snap ring. Works. Otherwise we're doing it the hard way because this back here does not come off. Build the headlights and put it in neutral. I'm gonna try to get with this though. Alright. Come on out. Come on out. Why are you being such a bitch? Huh? Haven't I been good to you? Apparently not. Otherwise you wouldn't look like this. But that's okay. Yeah, I'm talking to my car now. I must be losing it. Ah, that's what they say. You talk to inanimate objects. Oh, come on, you bitch. Come on Yes. Oh man, I fucked that up good. No. It's okay. That's just the needle nose. Yeah. 2 snap rings and 2 U-bolts. Snap ring. There you go. Alright, so we should be able to drop this at some point here. I would think. We gotta move it forward somehow. Get a pry bar. I gotta go get a pry bar. Crap in my eye. Got a mosquito bite on my ear. Alright, well... Okay, it looks like we gotta get a pry bar in between here. Slide it forward into the transmission and then slide it back from the transmission. So let's see what happens. The park manager on the bike. I'll be right back. I might be able to get this in there. Maybe. U-joint. So fun. There we go. Perfect. And that's what we wanted, boys and girls, right there. A little bit more, probably. Yep, now it's working. Ooh, that's stuck. Why is that stuck? Okay. Let's see if we can get that off there. If I get this off of here, it's going to fall, though, so I gotta kind of brace it. There we go. It's not so heavy. It's probably about... I'd say this end of it's probably about maybe 5-10 pounds. That's not bad. But I gotta pull it out of the transmission here. Make sure that it's... Yeah, it looks like it's gonna go. Okay. So I gotta slide it on back. And... Get braced with my boot. Pull it out. Don't get it stuck. Something's hanging up on it over there. At the transmission side. The yoke should just pull right out of the transmission there. Yeah, she's leaking transmission fluid at that point. We're going to pull it out that far. I'm going to go put something under that to catch that fluid because I don't want to fuck up my driveway. And I'll be right back, okay? Okay, so yeah, it does just pull right out. And it's not very heavy. Unfortunately, I'm in a very awkwardly position here right now. Let's try pushing this out through that way. We'll get it from the other side. Okay. We'll get the U-joint out. We also have to, remember, unbolt the transmission from the engine. And, we've got to, yeah, this is where it should just slide right out, and it didn't want to slide out, but we're still leaking fluid into that bucket there, so, because I think the front end's higher than the back end, and it's just coming from the pan. Okay, so we're going to pull this. Oh, man, I'll scratch it up. Alright, we got the drive shaft. Oh, should have brought my work table out. I got an idea. As long as I don't pop anything important with this. Set it between the trash can and the barbecue grill. Drive shaft. Look at that beauty. That front one looking okay? Yeah, that front one's looking good. It's a little... Yeah... Can I grease that though? Yeah, that front one's pretty messed up. I need a press to get it out. Because it's double... See this double snap ring, double caps on each side? That's not good. Yeah, but we were able to get this one out without much problem. Alright, you're going to look into the trees for a minute here, and I'm going to try to pull the dumpster over here so I can set this drive shaft across and work on it. I really don't like the fact that we have taken probably about an hour just to get the drive shaft down, because it's going to start getting really hot today. I suspect it's already hot out, and once that sun comes up, it is going to be mega hot. So Let me go get the tripod, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, so we got the drive shaft down here, and I'll show you this in just a second. I've got it leaned between my dumpster here and the barbecue grill, and this is the end that we're actually working on. We're going to have to try to get this out, and I'm not sure if it's going to want to come out, because it is, we get a rubber ring here. Oh god, that thing is so shot. That thing is so shot. I cannot believe how fried this thing is. There's the rubber ring that was on it. I'm hoping the other drive shaft will fit it. So, okay, what we're going to have to do here is I'm going to get a socket. If this is the right size, maybe. Okay, looks like it is. The size there. Alright, let's take a look and see what we can. Yeah. This is making a lot of noise, and it's only like maybe 5 in the morning, so I need to find something that's not as reverberating, I guess. Set this on. Set it over here. What we're doing here, trying to get the U-joint out, is going to make noise regardless. Gator grip doesn't really work. It's not really a functional tool. All it does is strip bolts and screw up, so we're not too worried about it. Oh wow! Yeah, those actually have bearings in them that are somewhat okay. Sorry if you guys can't hear me, I'm not sure. We'll have to turn the audio up on this quite a bit. I'm sure. But I'm also beating up stuff, so I'm not sure about that either. Yeah, this is... wow. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good to have, you see it? Yeah, this is not good. This is a little cap for the U-joint bearing. There's no bearing in there. And this is also really not good. See the shiny wear where it's like halfway worn through on both sides? Yeah, that's really, really bad. That thing was about ready to fall. yeah, that's how long this thing has gone without a... Let's zoom me out a little bit here. We got it out. Okay, this is what you're looking at here. You can't see it. This right here, this is how bad that U-joint was. And that is really, really bad. You see the two sides here? This is what... Pull these caps off. This is what it's supposed to look like right here. Perfectly round and nice. Yeah, not like that and worn on both sides. Yeah, that's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And it wore down so badly that both caps actually broke. They wore through so badly that they actually broke. So yeah, we're getting a new U-joint. Front one is a little rough. I may be able to lube it up and grease it and get it somewhat workable, but we really need to pull the snap rings on it and buy a new U-joint for it too. I'm sure it's not too expensive. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take that one off too. I'll be right back. Okay. You see how? I don't know if you can see that. There. This is incredibly stiff. That way it's not, but this way it's very stiff. The bearings are bad in it. So I'm going to take it off as well, and I'll just buy a new U-joint. This may cause my project to be delayed if they don't have this part, but at least I'll have two new U-joints. Okay guys, so we've got the front bearing out, and it wasn't looking horrible, but one side of it has no pinion bearing in it. Let's see, one side's real stiff. I believe it's this side here, this one right here, and oops, lost a cap. But you can see inside there, I don't know if you can actually see it or not, but inside there is looking really, really rough. It's rusty inside there, and the unfortunate thing about these particular U-joints that came with it, the stock ones, and these are probably from 1977 by the looks of them, is there's no way to grease them. There's no caps, there's no nothing, and unfortunately what that means is they're going to wear out faster because there's no way to lubricate them. The unfortunate thing about a lot of the technology back then is that there really wasn't a whole lot of it was more or less you replace this and you move on, okay, rather than okay, oil this up, it'll last longer, you know. But the truck itself, it actually has lasted a lot longer than most of them do. Now, where'd that little cap go? The cap, I think I showed you. Here it is. There are no bearings inside this anymore. I don't know if you can see or how well you can see. Here, I'll shine a light for you. See this right here? Inside here, I don't know if you can see it still. Zoom out? Is it zoomed in? Yeah, it's zoomed out. Okay, this camera's really not good at macro, but you can see maybe inside there is no bearing. There is nothing inside of it. Now that is the worn out one, and these are the ones that were on the front that were wearing out, and you can see inside there are actually little pinion bearings inside there. You sit there and spin it around, you can hear it, little rollers in there hitting my fingernail. Yeah, so we're gonna have to replace both U-joints because of that. Because one of these, which one? Oh, it's this one. This one here is so stiff. Oh, Yeah, see, if you turn it upside down, the other ones fall off. This one won't. They're so it's shot. And that's the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and I guess start working on the transmission, removing the transmission bell housing, disconnecting everything from the transmission in the next video. So stay tuned for that one. I'll go in and edit that one. Troy Boy will be here for the next video. And stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and charge the battery on this and in the light, and we'll be back with you in the next video. So thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter, let's see, Facebook, Twitter. All of my links are in the description below, down there somewhere, down there somewhere. So I'll see you all later, and have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. This project is ongoing, and this is a part of a series video, so there'll be multiple parts. Stay tuned.